we are about to board the most expensive overnight train in Vietnam that we have ever booked. Emily's still upset about the tickets. We're not getting any money back. In this video, we're gonna show you exactly what the cabin is like, rate the amenities on board, and compare this train with the less expensive counterpart.
Probably a C-. I think I'm still being nice.
Ending with our final thoughts on whether this train is worth your money or not.
These tickets cost an eye-watering 280 Australian dollars. And if your first instinct is to jump into the comments and tell us that it's cheaper to fly, you are 100% correct. But that would have involved flying to Hanoi and then catching a bus down to Ninh Binh from there. So really, we're saving money and effort.
Attention please. The SE2 train is about to arrive at the Nam railway station on track 1. For passengers with an SE2, please check your luggage and personal belongings to the train.
Is that it? 9 and 10? I'm so confused.
Not what we expected.
Quite a few initial thoughts.
This is essentially exactly what we did last time. We've just paid for 4 beds instead of the 2. Like, the decor's different.
All of the pictures online though, these don't exist, so you could sit up quite comfortably, whereas this, like, I mean, I don't know how you're doing it. My head's touching the roof.
They do go up, we're not allowed to.
Turns out that carriage broke down unexpectedly, so this isn't what we booked or paid for. And I said, oh, should we get like a refund for the price difference? And she's just like, nah. So please like this video so we can try and make some of the money back with what we earn from YouTube.
At least I'm not going crazy. At least our expectations were correct. It's just they've had a malfunction, and like, I can forgive that. Nothing's gonna be perfect every time. Like,
she was so apologetic and like, please sympathize with us. Like, it was unexpected breakdown. We didn't anticipate it, so it's not their fault. I'm not gonna be like, oh no.
fix it.
Yeah. So that explains this. But we left exactly on time for the delay. Everything's going crazy.
While Emily comes to terms with our living situation, I'm going to try and explore the rest of the train. And that's it. Pretty much us and the next 3 carriages are very, very similar. The branding changes, so you don't have these fluffy white duvets and pillows. You have the standard really, really thin stuff which don't look too comfortable. And then eventually you get to that 6-berth second-class sleeper. As you go down the train, the cool automatic doors become manual doors, and the really nice fancy looking single bathroom areas become like dual vanity areas. But that's pretty much the only change. I think really the upgrade that we're getting is all in the service. So you can book this train, the SE2 train, and there's multiple different carriages you can choose from, and that's because they have like the government-run Vietnam Railway train, and then people like the Lamin Express or the Orient Express, or probably not that one, but one of the other expresses just hitch a ride and they all go together. Because our carriage broke down, we're actually hijacking the Lamin Express. So this carriage is a totally different company to what we booked.
Okay, while Jordan was off exploring, I did some inspections of the room, and it seems like it's pretty basic and pretty similar to what we did the last time. We do have very fluffy and cushy pillows. I think they might have snuck these from the broken down carriage because not everyone has as nice big fluffy ones as this. And a huge white fluffy duvet. Again, I think this was nabbed from where we were meant to be because not everyone has something this luxurious. Everything's pretty clean. The top bunks do have some of that black soot on it that I think is falling out of the air vent. When we sat down, we both thought it felt quite hard, And that is because instead of high quality luxurious mattress like we're meant to have in the cabin we ordered, they've just stacked 2 of the cheapy ones on top of each other. Again, I think they're trying to make do or make good because of the broken down incident. So I appreciate the effort, but it's not doing what I think they think it's doing. What else? We have a lovely little desk that you can't really use at all because it has this ornamental bike on it. So you can't actually use it. If you wanted to get some work done, you're not going to get it done here. We have an outlet, bedside lamps. I think that's it. There's plenty of space for your bags underneath the bottom bunks and above the door. Coat hangers, little bedside lights, a cute curtain, some plants. They gave us some mugs for something. They're really trying. The biggest difference of this cabin has got to be the fact that we can lock the door during the night because no one else is meant to be coming in here, which we thought they would be last time, which just will give us some peace of mind and hopefully will mean that we can sleep a little bit better. What's nice is that we booked the SE2 because it leaves in the afternoon from Da Nang. It does get in super early to Ninh Binh, but it means we actually get to watch the Vietnam countryside go by. So I think I'm gonna just sit like this. That's pretty nice.
Wow, good fun.
Yeah.
Something to be said for getting the afternoon train.
100%.
Getting the afternoon train where you've got nice beds and you've got a view. Better.
The room also came with this little green book and I was flicking through it and got to read about the cabin we're meant to be in. 2 berth compartments with aircon, large space, luxurious interior design, high quality mattress, cotton blankets, sheets and cushions to make travellers comfortable. This compartment passengers are served with drinks, coffees and meals free of charge. Security cameras are installed in the corridors and internet connection is also provided. I'm not sure if we're going to get any of that. Also says the menu that we should be getting to choose from. Again, I'm not sure if we're going to get this because it's a different train. Well, it's the same train, but it's a different carriage, so I don't know. I don't know.
Alright, let's watch the world go by.
Super quick toilet tour while it's not heaps busy. There is a Western style toilet. It's so funny. I really don't know if you'll be able to hear me. I feel like we're going through somewhere really creaky. Oh, it's really pretty though. There's a window. There's not very much to go through. It's not super modern or redone like the photos of the carriage we're meant to be in look like. But it's a toilet that flushes, there's toilet paper, a bin, the window opens so hopefully it doesn't get too smelly even in here, even though it's already, whoo. It does feel quite spacious and that's because there's no sink in here. It's actually on the way back to the carriages, there's a little hand washing station, which I think is a great idea. There's also a bum gun. I learned that that's the term for the little hose thing. He did not like us in the end. I tried to ask how much a coffee was and he just gave them to us and then he told us and they were too much.
What they're meant to be included.
Yeah, the book does say they're included.
I am very curious what's going to happen with this book here. Saying that we're supposed to get food included, coffee, drinks. We did actually go to the shop before we got on board. Thank you. Just in case, because we had no idea what was going to be on here. So we do have snacks, but I hope we get fed.
That'd be a nice surprise.
Yeah. anything negative we've said. I feel like we've been complaining a little bit, but the views from this train, I was like sticking my head out the window and getting some shots. It is stunning. And I know that's not dependent on what cabin you book, it's just the route of the train, but having the comfort of our own room to sit back and look at this, priceless. I feel like you come to a country to see a country. Yes, it costs a bit of money, but this is such a good way to see the country. No regrets.
That's my credo. No regrets.
Mm-hmm. You have no regrets?
Dad?
No? Like not even a single letter?
So yes, we could have flown for probably cheaper. I do think it would have been quite close because we have to check in our bags. The prices were maybe $50 difference in the end when we were calculating it, but you do not get this when you fly. Plus, we get to make a fun video for you and have this memory to look back on forever. I think that's worth it.
Honestly, if we get served dinner sitting like this, I'm a happy man.
I mean, you can't do this on a plane without paying thousands of dollars. To the test what having a private room is like in the sense of what we get out of it. So for me, if we have a private room, I would assume I can get some work done on the laptop, which I have. I would also assume that I can have my standard hotel room nighttime routine. So we're going to put that to the test now. Step 1, pajamas. Done. I know you could do this if you had a shared room, like you could just go to the bathroom and get changed, but it's quite nice being able to just do it in here. Next, we're going to take off the makeup, and I am giving the private room a little bit of a head start because we're just going to use this, which only requires water, so I could really do this anywhere. I knew that this as far as silence and noise cancelling goes, it's not great. Everyone's yelling in the hallways and in their rooms. But I knew that this cabin didn't have a sink in it when we were coming tonight, which is why I packed this rather than my normal oil cleanser, because that would mean going to the bathroom. Luckily, it is like a separate hand wash station, so we'll get points for that, just not as many points as if we had a sink in here. Cool. That is my super quick nighttime routine on a train. If a hotel or a standard night was a 10 out of 10, I would rank this probably a 5 out of 10. Not the worst it could be, like sleeping in my makeup, but not the best it could be with a sink in here or an entire bathroom in here. Whoa. Hopefully I'll sleep better with that though. I'm not going to brush my teeth yet because we're still hopeful that we might get dinner. Turns out we did get dinner.
So the little book has a menu of 4 or 5 different options that you can pick from, but she just showed up with some food, so...
I honestly don't know what half of it is.
And peanuts.
It's room temperature.
Also room temperature.
The rice has been warmed recently. I have no idea what this is.
We are really grateful. We do live really good lives.
The pork's not bad. Quite salty.
It's just an expectation thing. Like, from the get-go, we probably had too high expectations, and that's because of the price of the ticket. You pay that much for an overnight journey in Southeast Asia, you think it's going to be a little bit more luxurious, like, but that's our fault.
I think as well, because the last train we had, it was a cabin exactly like this, and we were alone the entire night, and we paid half the price.
Yeah, less than half. And it arguably was a wider cabin.
Yeah, this one feels really tight, like between
really thin,
here. Yeah.
The really loud guy that goes around selling drinks and stuff, it was only 20,000 dong for a beer.
Not bad.
Yeah, which really is not bad. And also the massive bao buns that the woman was selling earlier, they were only 20,000 too, so if you didn't come on here with any food, I'd probably get a beer and a bun over this. Alright. I think it's time we brush our teeth.
Bathroom update for those that are interested. It is dirtier. There's a sign that says do not like squat, I guess, or stand on the toilet seat, and someone has very obviously ignored that sign. I also very selfishly used the last of the toilet paper that was currently in there. Luckily, I do still have a lot with me, but I'm hoping it'll also get replaced. Also, someone had a cigarette in there, and that was like an entire cigarette butt just on the floor. So, about a 2 of 10.
Just set our alarm for 3:30. Everyone says Ninh Binh's really beautiful, so this should be worth it. Such a heavy blanket.
Yeah.
Wow.
Luxurious.
Ugh. Actually, really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is nice. This feels a lot more luxurious than the last one, right? Night night.
Made it to Ninh Binh.
Yay!
The early morning's not fun, but the sleep was okay.
It's 4:18, so we did get in late, but we left late, so that makes sense. How did you sleep?
Slept really good. I think the cold room combined with the heavy blanket really helped. I think the heavy blanket kind of did most of the work there. I didn't realize how cold it was in the room until the next morning I picked up the camera and it was like wet from condensation.
For me, it was when I took a sip of water and it tasted like it had come out of the fridge.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It was a little bit noisy, but I slept pretty well too.
There's like windows on the side that you can pull down and stick your head out. I don't know if you're supposed to, but you can. And I think people in our compartment or in our carriage pulled their window down but didn't realize how to pull it back up or something. So it was open all night and we had that clatter all night. But we were on the other side of the carriage to that, so not too bad.
I more meant the people that were like yelling at midnight.
That's true. I didn't hear too much yelling after I fell asleep, but
I would say the peace of mind of having your own door that you can lock was great.
Emily's still upset about the tickets. We're not getting any money back. We saved about $8 per ticket booking direct at the train station, and at the time, we loved that. We thought that was great. But now there's no one that we can talk to and say, hey, you sold us this and we got this. Do we get any money back? And I think that's the really big benefit of booking with companies like One Ticket Asia is you have that middleman to say, what was promised was not delivered. Is there anything you can do about it, kind of thing. Again, not to be grumpy, not to complain. We got here. It was a private room. Just expectations. Good morning. I guess the question of is that expensive train worth it will remain unanswered because we didn't get it. But we've made it to Ninh Binh. Our accommodation here has let us check into a smaller room early before our main room is ready, and it's still like 6 in the morning, so that's pretty nice of them. Haven't seen any of Ninh Binh yet because it was pitch black on the way here. All we know is everyone likes to ride bikes. See you tomorrow.